Yo, what's happening? It is Mothupi, and I'm glad that you're back here on my YouTube channel. So in today's video, I want us to take a look at the markets because we just had a live session right now with my team members, and it was so exciting, so powerful. So one thing that I decided to do is that I want to take some cuts on what we discussed, what we spoke about, just so you're able to see exactly what I'll be looking for during this coming week, and most importantly, what are the top strategies that I'm using right now in order to be able to profit from the markets. So obviously, if you value knowledge, the one thing that you can do is you can like this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and as well turn on that notification bell. Let's get into it. Okay, so just to start it out, we are looking now at gold. So but one thing that I want to do is that I want us to be able to just start it out from the actual scratch. Like I want us to start it up from looking at it from perspectives such as the dollar index, just so we have a much more clear understanding of what price is saying, where price is going, and things like that. So what I have here is more like the previous week. This is on the 4 hour. Price was still pushing downwards here the whole week type thing. We can see this it was pushing upwards the whole week. This is when it did push downwards the previous week, the week before this one, yeah, the one that we had. So some people would be thinking that obviously it's an uptrend, and yeah, it does make sense. It does look like it could be an uptrend, but through speaking, looking at it and understanding the markets, the previous time we just wanted price to come here so that we could experience the sell, but price didn't really go all the way up there. It didn't really come all the way up here, but instead it played before here and then it went down. So this could have been a sign for a sell, but I was not looking for this, so that's why we missed out on this. So now that we're going a bit more up, this area broke this higher low that was here, so it broke it here, and as soon as it broke it, we can see it now really coming back, and this was the previous candlestick on the 4 hour that pushed for this break to happen. So obviously there's a high chance that we are going to be able to come back here, just so we are able to test it out, and then if it holds, we are going to see, like if it holds, we'll notice, we'll spot it, and then we'll go all the way down with it. But if it doesn't, then it could see that swipe out, like it's either two ways, like this can hold, and then we'll see price now going all the way down, which it will still be a beautiful move. It's still a big move, and even if price doesn't hold, let's say boom boom, catch others on the wrong, and then maybe it does this, then maybe it does something more like this, like a sweep out type of a thing, then it starts going down. It's still a good thing, because ultimately what we're looking for is evidence. We want price to be able to give us evidence on why are we doing certain things, why is there specific things that we're doing in a specific way. So it's just us being able to stack up that evidence. Okay, so that will allow us to be able to just benefit, that will allow us to be able to benefit massively from the markets. Okay, so that is one of the first things that we are going to be doing. That's one of the first things that we are going to be doing. Okay, so looking at it right now, DXY, guys, just make sure that your mics are muted and stuff, so that we do not get in between the session. Okay, you guys will have opportunity to ask questions at the end of the session, so yeah, for now we can make sure our mics are muted. Okay, sure. So here by gold, we can simply see that we've got now gold. So on gold, more like the same thing. Price pushed upwards massively. We've seen it the previous month giving all-time highs, and at some point, we had to, or we needed, for price to just lay low, because price has been pushing upwards. Price has been just going upwards, giving us all-time highs. So for that to happen, obviously it means that we need a deeper retracement, and for a deeper retracement to happen, it means that we eventually are going to be selling. But during that sells, it's either we're going to be stacking up on those sells, which means that we are going to sell, or we're just going to wait for the buys to load up. Because sometimes when the market is falling, it doesn't mean that you have to sell it. What you could do is just load up for the buy. Okay, because overall we're still bullish. Through speaking on daily, overall we're still bullish. I can't really say much in terms of bearish or all those things. Overall we're still bullish here on gold. We're still bullish. Even if maybe it sells, it's just a matter of how low is it gonna go. But even if it just goes and retraces maybe till somewhere here before it shoots up, overall when I'm saying we're still bullish is, the market, if you just place a buy and you just hold it there's a high chance you'll be in profits within the next few months, So right now, one thing that I'm seeing is we spot this was the previous higher low. We had a high here, we had a higher low, price didn't break the high, we done a double top, then we broke these lows here. So right now we could see more of like price changing and giving us like lows basically. But here, this one here, yes, we did get the first lower low, and then I would say that this is a lower high. But before this, I mean not before, after this, I can see prices has broke below this, but it hasn't broken below here. So this will also be an indication to me to just have a clear understanding of if price happens to break below here, then one thing that I'll do is that if it happens to break below, so what I will do is let me just do this. I will just wait for a retrace, then I'll take a sell, because I'll know that maybe we are targeting a next swing point, and I'll know that this was a high, this was a lower high. So that's why I'll wait for a retrace, get an entry somewhere around here. I'll look for it on the smaller time frame, like 1 hour, 15 minutes, 5 minutes, and then once I go down with it, I know that we're still selling up until a specific portion, even though it doesn't mean that it's an ultimate sell where I'm looking for a sell the whole time. It will just allow us to be able to just ride it, like ride it while we're still stacking up on those longs. So even today I had to set up a scenario whereby I believe that this area was gonna hold a bit. So I was like, because over the weekend the price was still somewhere here, and I was like, okay, I'm looking for price to come test here and then go back up, break above here, and then after it breaks above, then come back down somewhere here, and then I'll take a buy. But I see here it didn't break above. You see, it never broke above. So when it went down, when it came down here, that's why I didn't really take the buy, because it didn't really give me what I wanted. So it was a matter now of me just having to wait, in terms of having to just see where exactly am I gonna let price give me, I'm the trade that I want. And with what I'm looking at right now, this is the 1 minute, the 1 hour. With what I'm looking at right now, I can see obviously we had this low, we just closed with this 1 hour candle, we closed below it. So this is more like a new lower low. So that's why I say once price comes, it's either price can come, give us a lower high here, but that's also risky because price did not close below this low, you see. So even to take a sell, it's a risky because price could still be in a bullish momentum. Price could still go a bit, like, let's say, shoot more upwards. And if you try to take a sell here, find out that you're on the wrong side of the market, because ultimately this is still a higher low and it's still holding. We can see it. So even now I was just trying to see if this area is gonna like respect and do all those things, and I can see that now it's still playing around here. It's just a matter of how price is gonna get out of here. So without even wasting too much time on this, what I'm waiting for, or what I'm looking for right now, went as low as the 15 minutes. So I can see this is where the area the price is now currently at. Price already broke below structure here. If price breaks below this area here, that's where I'll basically confirm for a sell. So I remember when I first got started, I used to trade the markets by myself, and it was not nice. It was actually a lonely journey. But one thing that I decided to do is I'm looking into making trading more accessible for everyone. At the same time, I'm looking into making knowledge more easily accessible to most people that cannot access it. And the best thing that you can do is to click the link that is below. It will give you access into our Telegram community. It's free. All you have to do is just make sure that you join, and yeah, let's get to it. So for now, I'm still looking for the buy position, but for the only time for me to look for a buy, or start really looking into taking a trade, I'm not gonna be forcing it, obviously. So I'm just gonna wait for a move that's gonna be at least a break above. At least if price breaks above this lower high, you see, if it breaks above it and then it comes back to test somewhere around these areas, that's how I would firstly start positioning that gold buy that I'm going to be looking for. So if it doesn't do this, I'm not going to try to look for a gold buy, because anything else will be me forcing it. And by the way, it's still Monday. There'll be Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, all those days. So it's better for me to wait for what makes perfect sense to me, compared to me trying to rush it and get a trade when the market is not giving me any trade. So that is looking for a buy position. And then when it comes to a sell, the only best time I would be looking for a sell is if price happens to break below that low. This one here, close below, okay, I'll see. And then after it closes below, that will be the first confirmation first confirmation is closing below, and then once price comes back up for a retest and comes back to these structures here, you see these structures here, these ones here, that's where I would look for a sell. I'll happily take a sell because I know it's creating lower lows and lower highs. So when I'm taking a sell here, I'll know that it's gonna, continue going to the upside. Continue going to the downside. So this will make me take a buy, and this will make me take a sell. And that is why you see with trading, it's more on like even waiting. It's not about the fact that like now it's here and I want to be involved and I've got accounts that I need to pass, accounts that I need to make money from, profit, withdraw, do all those things. It's just waiting, because once you wait for that right trade, once you get it, like it can help out a lot. So let's see US Tech. So we can see this one here, obviously the previous week. The other weeks we had this big push, and then the whole time we kept on recovering, and eventually we broke above here. I can see with this area we broke above, and then once we broke above here, price now pushed upwards, and now we even had a gap all the way to the upside. So now I understand how the market is moving now. It's hard to even get entries, but at some point there's what we call exhaustion, where the market at least has to retrace, which means that even if it's moving like this, it's either I could rush it and try to buy, on which I'll find myself not even knowing where to put my stop loss. Like if I buy now, see how the market says it's too untidy. You buy now, you're not gonna put like a stop loss. Maybe you'll put it here. Where's your take profit gonna be? You buy now, stop loss here, take profit, I don't know, you just target 1:2. It's not the best way to trade. How I'm seeing it, it's already there's highs, lows, and then we broke above these lower highs and as all these. So now we formed a new higher high, and these were the previous higher lows that we had. So it's either price obviously is going to come back and close up this gap, because this gap is just showing us that there's a lot of momentum to the upside. So price even jumped specific prices just so for it to create that gap to the top side. But look at it, before even that gap happened, there has been an imbalance that happened in price. Like here, boom, you can see here at this area, and price here, previous candle, and then there's the next candle, this huge engulfing candle in between, and there's this massive imbalance here in between. And now what this does is that it shows that yes, there's a lot of momentum to the upside. Price is pushing more to the upside. Price is trying to push or like squeeze and get all those buys and stuff. But because of the fact that price was able to jump specific prices, eventually price has to come to those specific areas just so it can test it, just so it's able to just fill those gaps, just so it's able to just retest those prices. And once it has done that, there's orders that are pending around those areas, there's orders that are jumped and all those things. So once it's able to just get there, that's where we'll start seeing price committing towards its specific direction. So let's say now, for instance, this one here, I'll wait for it. It can take a few days, it can take a week, but I'll wait for it to come here. Once it's here, that's when I know such a trade, obviously depending on where the high is, if it's going to retrace from here where it is, this is where my take profit is going to be, which means that if I'm looking for a trade, I'll be happy even to take a trade like this, stop loss here, and restore out 1:6.5. So trades like this here are much more better compared to me trying to just take a 1:1 trade here, and if it's looking like it's going down, I take each and every single day. I get the exact same question from different types of people asking me, Lesiba, what broker do you use? What broker do you use? And I've got one specific broker that I've been using for a very long time. Even though I've had other brokers that I've used, this one broker has always been the broker that I use, and I've decided that I'm willing now to share it and let you guys know. The best thing that you can do is you can check out the second link that will be in the description. That is where you'd be able to get access to the broker that I'm using, and hopefully you can be able to enjoy better trading conditions just like me. The 1:1 again, those are like a bit more short term. You can't really benefit from those types of trades. Okay, so that's like US Tech. That's what I'm currently seeing on US Tech. Let's now move over to the DAX. So one of the two ways that I was not too focused on German 40, the DAX markets, but I noticed that during London session, there's times whereby, I would love to, really be involved in the markets, because now I'm even doing trading more full time. So it was a thing of, instead of just trying to target the New York session, let me also try to incorporate the London, just so I'm able to benefit from these 2 sessions. Asia session is okay, I don't have to trade it all out. I can even like maybe put in some work, like learn, study during those times. But anytime, like as long as it's London, like early in the mornings, I'm putting the work. But it's just that I'm not too focused 100% on it, because even during that time there's a lot of other things that are taking some of my time, so I can't really give it as much time as I want. Unlike with New York, with calls in them, I give them as much time. I think I give them maybe 2-3 hours a day. So obviously just that it helps me be able to be in sync with them. So yeah, with the DEX 4 hour, so you can easily see one thing that I'm learning from Joshua is saying that one thing that I'm learning from you is waiting patiently for a setup. I've realized that you have mastered that, and it is now in your DNA. You are a real and legit mentor. Thanks, bro. Yeah, that's true, brother. That's because I noticed that I used to chase a lot of trades, a lot of setups, and it didn't really take me anywhere. It made me, like a hype trader. A hype trader is like, when I made 10,000 today, and then tomorrow, like, it's because not even tomorrow, like today, you find out that I closed the day with a negative or with break even, because of our like trying to make money and be profitable every day. So that costed me. But from a long time ago, that's when I saw that the more I wait, the more I do analysis. Sometimes I'll just show this thing is gonna go like this, and then hit here, and then go there, and then do this. And even if it goes, then hits, then goes there, I did not take the trade that I did say it's gonna go there and hit, and before it goes there. It's because of that was not the trade that I was looking for. That was just me stacking evidence, like me saying that this thing is gonna come here. Once it gets here, it's gonna probably go down, and then once it gets here, I'm gonna buy. Even if it gets here and then it goes down, I might not take this trade, and that's not because of I'm not trusting it and stuff. It's because that's not my trade. My trade is this, which means that this, if it does this, it check the box. If it does this, I have to take the trade. But now if I'm taking a trade here, there's nothing that check the box. Like obviously there's higher highs, higher lows, and all those things that I saw before and stuff, but that's not the actual trade. You understand? So you need to stack up evidences before you take a trade. You need to convince yourself that the market is going to go up. Show yourself it's really going up before you even commit to you placing a trade. So, but yeah, with the DEX market right now on the 4 hour, you can see the price pushed upwards here, higher highs here. We broke all highs possible, like in terms of looking at it right here, broke all highs, and then right now this is where we are. We went down here. So let me go from the daily and see what we've done. So on the daily, I can see obviously a big push upwards, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. So potentially a higher low somewhere here. We'll just have to see where exactly is that higher low gonna form, or is it already formed, because there's already a higher low here. So what I'm seeing is I'm gonna take the swing high and swing low. Here's our swing high, and it's our swing low, swing low, and this is the previous higher low right here. Let me just take fib and see what was the retracement like from high to low. Okay, I can see already got the 61.8 level. Okay, makes sense. And with that, let me just see, because I remember we have one advanced trading strategy using the Gatli. Just this already, I can see what price could potentially say to us. I see there's a potential of price coming to 127. You see, these are just like technical analysis, mixing up different types of the ways we see the markets in order to make sense of it. Now I see, okay, there's a chance price is going to come here. Now I have to convince myself, what is it going to take of it to come here? Or not even convinced, like now I have to add up evidences of why it's going to come there. And even after I do that, I have to add up evidence of where exactly am I going to trade, So there's a chance price is going to come here, and right now I can see we had this lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Price broke previous lower high, lows. Now I can see we broke another lower high here. So here with this, price could potentially come somewhere at the area and then push a bit more upwards. That's what I'm seeing. Maybe till somewhere around these areas, and then we'll see it go down to here. Obviously, it's a scenario, building out the first scenario. Secondly, I'm seeing, let me do this. Another thing that I'm seeing is price already with this low till this high, because this is a swing low. Swing low and swing high. One thing that I'm seeing is in this, I want to see where the retracement was, okay? From the high to the low, I see here, okay, we done a 61.8 retracement as well. So I'm gonna do the same thing that I done when I was looking for the other move. So I'm gonna take it here, 61.8, right here, go back down. 127, here's another potential. So did you see, I already done that without even seeing this potential before it came out, just building out the scenario, but looking at it, it made sense in terms of, in this pattern can form out, because the smaller time frame, it'll be like on the 1 hour, on the 15 minute. So find out that it can form out, and then this is where entry for it could be. Stop loss above, entry for it, stop loss above, and then maybe take profit, like 1:2 or whatever, or coming all the way down here. And as well, once it gets here, that other trade going all the way up, back up to swing high with this type of a trade. So now it's a matter of having to filter out. The first thing I said when we started looking at DEX was we are in a bullish momentum. We're creating high highs and high lows and stuff. So now it comes back down to, would it be wise for me to take a sell in a bullish momentum? No, it's not. Or looking at the risk to reward, maybe I should, maybe I could, So now it's things like that you have to ask yourself in order for you to be able to make the right choices. Because with this, I can say, okay, let me take that sell, but I understand that there's a higher chance it might go against me, which means that if I'm taking the sell, I'm going to reduce my risk. So instead of risking 1%, let's say for instance, I'm going to risk 0.75%. Not because I don't trust the setup, but because of I trust that it's a good setup. I'll take it anytime. But it's just because of the fact that I'm actually waiting for this setup, and I might at least wait for it while I'm still making some money, at least, instead of just waiting, and it's valid. I know that it might not work out because it's not my high probability setup. So those are like some of the ways that we see it, and some of the ways that we go about with this. Okay, so I'm not sure if you guys do have any questions. You guys have any questions? Do you guys have any questions that you want us to dive a bit more deeper into before we can call this a session? Let's look into it. US 30. Let's go. Phenomenal. Okay. What do you have for us, the US 30? Okay, so with this one here, I'm gonna start off first with the daily. Higher highs, higher, like with this, obviously with the naked eye. Sometimes you see things with the naked eye, which means that I don't even have to do some linings. I can see it's an uptrend, so I'm gonna go to the 4-hour. So on the 4-hour here, I can see already we broke these previous highs, and eventually we broke these ones here. So before we broke these highs here, we had this area bearish candlestick before we started, because you can see here these were our higher highs here, and then price went a bit more low, obviously played up around here. Then we tried forming lows, we didn't form. We broke these lower highs, these previous lower highs. When it went down, it didn't break the lows here, which means that we've seen some change of character, because we broke lower highs but we didn't break lower lows, which means there could be a continuation of that higher, the bigger trend, uptrend. And then here we broke again. Here we broke this area, we came down, and then we broke above. So with this, I'm seeing price potentially coming back down to these areas. Let me see if there's any sort of like, imbalance. Mind you, I'm using the 4-hour time frame, so even it coming here can take a week or things like that, or like a few days, like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday type move, or like Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Thursday we find our entry. Also, one thing I'm seeing is before price pushed upwards massively, let me see if there was like an imbalance, because like I did say, with that imbalance, it helps us be able to spot that there is a lot of buying power to the upside, to a point where price was even able to jump. But eventually at some point, price is gonna come back down to those areas, just so it's able to like, fill up those imbalances, or like just to balance the areas, just to balance the numbers and stuff. So already even here I can see there is one here which is confirming this buyers, ne? So price could potentially come somewhere here and then even go up. Those things happen. Can do this and then find an entry in here, like 15 minutes, 5 minutes, find a nice entry in between somewhere there. Like obviously when I say nice entries, like on the 5 minutes it'll do something like, let's say, and then it does a break a lower high, and then comes back down, then it breaks, and then it comes back, then find an entry here, then we go up with it. You see, things like that. Like it doesn't really have to be on the 4-hour, because I don't execute on the 4-hour. But another thing would be looking at it from the 4-hour perspective as well. Is we've got this area here. This one here was tested by this area, because you see this was also an imbalance here, this and this, but price came back to retest it. I'm also seeing this area and price never came back to retest it. This one here and this. So this could be a short-term trade whereby can enter, find a nice trade, find a nice beautiful position, and like get a good risk to reward type thing. It can still happen. But also this one here is going to be a bigger one, because this one here, once you in, then you're going to ride it all the way up, which means that once you, however you catch it, obviously once it gets here, we're going to start looking at it. This is the point of interest. It's now interesting when it gets here. That's why we zoom in, and then maybe boom, then catch a buy. Let's say a buy, then now it's going up. Now it's going up, then we're just going up with it. Catch another buy maybe here, another buy here, boom, break, catch another buy here, things like that, and then we continue just scaling and going all the way up with it. But yeah, that was US 30 for us. Hope you got the clarity that you needed, Austin. If there may be any other questions that you guys do have before we can call it a session. Or are you guys safe? Are you guys excited? I'm excited. I'm happy that you did watch this video up until this end. Obviously, it shows that you are one person that values knowledge, you value education, and you are looking into growing, becoming a better individual. So one thing that you can do is check the link that is below, which will give you access to our Telegram community. And at the same time, if you've happened to have found value from this YouTube video, the best thing that you can do is to like it, and as well subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in the next YouTube video. It is your boy Mothupi, and I thank you so much for watching.